Finally sharing our homeschool room. I want to say it's finished, and I wish I could say it's finished and ready to go for the year, but it's not. I wanted to make some updates that just have not happened yet. Honestly, this summer has zoomed by, and the things that I wanted to update in here, I just was not able to. So I'm probably going to give myself another month or two, and then it will be completely finished. For the most part, it is going to stay the same, but I am going to change just one or two things. So I'll share what I'm thinking and like how we kind of want to transform it to make it really, really work for us. If you're new here, my name is Lauren. I'm a homeschooling mom to 3 girls. We are going into our 5th year of homeschooling, and I do want to get started right away on the video, but first I just want to say that this video is part of a collaboration hosted by Tony from our Thrifty Homeschool. There's a bunch of other homeschool moms on here sharing their homeschool spaces. Some are sharing their homeschool rooms, others have homeschool spaces. So if you're looking for some ideas and inspirations, make sure you check out Tony's channel as well as the playlist. I'll link that down below so that you can see what the other moms are sharing. Okay, let's get right into my homeschool space. I'm trying to decide where to even start. Then we're going to start with the things that are staying, not moving. At the end, I'll share what I want to get rid of and what I want to replace it with. Let's start off with the desks. My girls each have their own desk. I got them from IKEA with the drawers. This one is actually from my mom. It might be from IKEA. I'm not sure. Regardless, I'm pretty sure they don't sell that because that's pretty old. I got the chairs from online, and I can link whatever I can. I'll try to link it down below. So this was Larissa's desk. We're actually going to be doing a little bit of a swap this year because I feel like I've said this now in every video, but just in case you're new here, my daughter, one of them is not going to homeschool this year. She's going to a private school, and we're actually going to be getting rid of one of these desks in here, and I will share kind of what my vision is for that. Anyway, so these drawers are the best. They have a little bit of stuff in them that just kind of has stayed. So some flashcards, some erasers, just normal school stuff. This is empty now, but this is normally where she would just keep some of her curriculum. These are the best drawers. They've held up really well. We've had them for a few years now, so she'll just store all of her curriculum in there, and I just feels like it helps keep it nice and neat and organized and, out of the way and not cluttered and all of that fun stuff. Some pastels. She has her Spanish flashcards, some other little homeschool help things, multiplication and all that. So this was Larissa's. She's going into 5th grade. Lola is actually going to be taking this desk this year, and Larissa is going to take over Alexia's desk. Lexi has a little area upstairs in her room that she wanted to do her homework in, so Larissa is going to take this one under the window. But here's Lola's. These caddies stay on their desk, and we love them. They're really great. Look at her. She's got her little nutcracker. Either she's really, really late with putting away her Christmas decorations, or she's just super early with getting them out for this year. And then there's no telling whatever she has in here. It could be any number of things. So she's got all the dry erase pencils or dry erasers. These are those little manipulatives for math, for addition, multiplication. She likes to use those. And then she's got some of her books. We used to just store them in there. This is a turkey she drew for me, and she named it after me. And then Lex. So kind of the same thing. We always store like their erasers and rulers and all that fun stuff in there. And then mostly there's just plenty of room for all of their books. And Alexia's, again, you never know what's going to be in her drawers. Who knows? I really like that they all have their own space. Some of them care more about neatness and organization than others do. And I'm sure if you have multiple kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I feel like it just helps them kind of focus a little bit better just because they're not right next to each other. They do have a little bit of space to kind of breathe and, do their work. So here we have this is just some like play things. We have Mr. Potato Head and random stuff, Play-Doh under there. We have here a basket. This is all my Abeka flashcards and lesson plans. And so this will stay in this basket. The whiteboards, a clock, and her handbook for reading for Lola. This we just picked up. My mom got it at the dollar spot. It kind of sits up. Like that. And you don't have to use this for fractions. You can obviously just put any white paper underneath of it and use it as a dry erase kind of board thing if you want something a little bit bigger than just the traditional smaller dry erase boards. We have our lap desk. This comes in handy when we do schoolwork over here on this chair that is very dirty and needs to be cleaned, and I'll address that in just a minute. All right, so then if you come over here, I'll try to zoom out a little bit. There we go. So as you can tell, there's our car. This was actually a converted garage. This was already enclosed when we moved in here, and for a while we just used it for storage, and then when we started homeschooling, I said, let's make this into, my husband wanted to actually use this for his man cave. He wanted, he's the only man with a house full of females. And so he wanted to take this, but I kind of went out on that. And he graciously said, here, you guys take this as a schoolroom. So here we go here. This is a freezer because we have no other room for it. This is all of our curriculum for next year for the girls. The reason it's not, I wait till the night before and then I kind of lay it out on their table. So in the morning, they always come in, or the first day of school, they come in the morning and see all their fresh curriculum. Even though they know what it looks like, they just like having that. So that's why that's up there. And then just some boxes and extra containers that when I was cleaning this out this summer, I had. Here I always store their science units from The Good and the Beautiful. I'm still finishing those up, but I'll store those when I have done that. These are some chapter book read alouds, same here. These are some readers and some Bible devotionals. And then these are just our picture books here. Here we have some art things, some watercolor paper and drawing, our back to school boards, and a Frozen puzzle. And then in here, we have a broken globe. So as you can see, this is very raw and rugged. This is kind of how it was when we moved in, and we just have not fixed it, but it's a closet, so I don't really care that much. Everybody needs a broken globe, right? So that's our globe. This is just extra curriculum teacher guides that I'm not going to be using this year. Some history and science resources, cash register, Lola's readers for first grade that she's going to be using this year. We have some construction paper. We have cardstock, loose leaf paper. What is that called? Sheet protectors, some file folders, notebooks, some craft supplies here because Lola still really, really loves to make crafts, and she's very proud of herself when she does. We have do-a-dots. Can I just say we've had these since literally our first year of homeschooling, which is 2018, so 4 years ago, and these are still going strong. So Do-A-Dot is a really, really good brand. So we have a bunch of those, some, what are those called? Pipe cleaners and tissue paper for her crafts, a little organizer for there, some stickers. And then here we have some magnets and blocks. We have some stringy things, the Melissa and Doug string necklace and block things. We have some activity books in here. And then here we have some puzzles and just some floor puzzles and crafts, a squishy human body thing, just kind of random stuff, some blocks, a fisherman's pole, and then one of those big mats that you can get wet and do make pictures when it's wet. And then here is just our whole assortment of games and puzzles. I actually did a whole video. You see here, this is how this was. It looks like there was some sort of pole here that they just literally chopped off. I don't know. But this is real life. This is not a very fancy schoolroom, as you can tell. Anyway, so I actually did a whole video on all that was in here, but it's just a lot of kind of more Montessori type activities with wooden blocks and things like that. It's not a whole lot of I was going to say it's not a whole lot of plasticky things. And then here we go. But for the most part, it is just a lot of like interactive, manipulative, hands-on little games like that that are really good for young minds. A classic Etch-a-Sketch, Bubbles. So there's a bunch of stuff in here. I'll link that below if you're interested in seeing everything that's in here. We really, Lola still plays with all of this, as does Lexi, who's going into 3rd grade. Here we have our oh, goodness. So here we have our chalkboard. It's actually been hidden behind the door for a while, and I was going to get rid of it, and Lola saw it, and she goes, no, don't get rid of it. So anyway, she comes up one day and goes, hey, guess what I drew? I was like, I don't know. And I gave a few guesses. So apparently it's her cleaning the toilet. She's about a quarter of the size of the toilet, but she said she gave herself 3 stars. And those stars are based on how good she did. So she's very confident, little creative. And I guess this is just art. What is it? Art mirroring real life. Here we've got our piano. Larissa plays the piano. This is actually the piano that I learned to play on. I played for 10 years. And so she is learning and she's playing the piano. She's doing really well. And she practices a lot more than I ever did. So hopefully she'll get much further ahead than I will if she sticks with it, which I'm hoping she will. This is a map from Hobby Lobby. I feel like every homeschool mom, or probably if you've been homeschooling for a few years, like almost everybody has this. It's from a few years ago, Hobby Lobby. This is where I keep the kids' artwork. I just kind of store it in there for the year because if I don't want to get rid of it or whatever and I want to keep it, I store it in there. So we have the piano. This door leads it to our backyard. They were swimming. You can see the towels still hanging over the deck. My desk, we have a printer with, this is the date we're going to start. Pencil sharpener. Every homeschool room needs a pencil sharpener. Ooh, a little dusty here. I did dust before I made this video, but anyway. Paper here. Nothing too fancy. My laminator, some other extra random types of paper, some cleaning supplies, and like cords. To be honest, I like the outside of this desk, or this little cabinet thing, but it's not super functional. Underneath, it's okay, and then back here, I have some picture I want to hang up, and then behind that is my college diploma. My dad found it. It was really sweet. He found it, I think it was this summer, and he goes, hey, I found your college diploma, and I framed it for you, and maybe you can hang it in your schoolroom. So I thought that was really sweet. I just have to find the time and find the place to hang both of those. And then we have our little bulletin board here where they hang their artwork that they really enjoy. And then under here is this cabinet here. So this actually is going to go. I'm not keeping this in here. I'm going to actually move it to another area and bring something else in here. But this is just some craft supply things and art things, some watercolor, paintbrushes, yarn, aprons. I think this was part of our science. I don't know. I don't know. I think we may have used it once. 1,000 craft sticks. So if you want to know what 1,000 craft sticks looks like, here you go. We will never need another craft stick again. Gloves, paint. This is all of their new school supplies. It's just being stored here for the time being, and then it'll get ready to be used in just about a week or so. We have all of my binders here, some because everyone needs animal blow-up balloons. This is for balloon animals. Some extras, this is kind of an overflow of school supplies if I have any extra, so I put those in here. But like I said, I'm actually going to I'm not getting rid of this. I am putting this in a different room. And these are the things that I'm actually going to kind of be replacing or just completely getting rid of. And that is this desk here. I had good intentions for it and it worked for a little bit, but eventually it just became a clutter and paper magnet, and I really don't ever use it. This computer we do not use. It doesn't even work anymore. And I don't need it. It's too big. It's taking up too much room, especially if it's not being utilized. So I used to have some readers in here, but got rid of that. I used to have answer keys and lesson plan books and folders and a bunch of stuff in there. I kind of have cleared those out because I'm actually going to be selling this. Here is just some random just extra supplies. This is where our files go and all that important stuff. So I do, I need to find some place to put our files, but everywhere else, those little things with the extras, I have already found a place for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell this, and when I get the money, then I can replace it. So I have this really cute kind of couch love seat thing on Amazon that I think I'm going to put there against this wall and replace it, and also sell, oh, hold on, my tripod's in the way. I'm also going to sell this couch as well, or this little chair, because I realize we really love, especially Lola. She was in kindergarten last year, going into first now. She really loves to do school on my lap and right next to me and just be snuggled up. And it's, you know, in a chair, it's fine, but she really loves to be like snuggled up together and doing, and it's just really hard. We're both, well, she's getting bigger, and it's just hard for us to both be there. So I'm going to get rid of this thing, and I am going to get rid of this and sell those two, and then get that chair and or that couch, and then move this, and then I have something that is in my family room that I'm actually going to replace this with. Lastly, I guess I should mention, these are from IKEA from a few years ago. This one kept falling down, and I just put it up today, and I realized it's way, like not even. Those two came from Hobby Lobby. I really enjoy these because they're kind of hard to tell, but they're really pretty. They're just light and airy, and that's kind of what this room is. I like it to be light with our accents of like pink and gold and just kind of naturey, but not too naturey, if that makes sense. And so anyway, I just really like that kind of theme. And then we have this rug. This is from Target from a few years ago. So I just like it bright, light, airy in here. It's pretty neutral for the most part, which is what I really prefer. It just helps me to focus a little bit better when things are just kind of, I would say minimal. It's not super minimal, but just kind of basic and bare bones. That's just kind of what I prefer. I always try to strive for like the beginning of the year to have everything done, in any updates I want to do have done by the summertime. So first day of school starts, the girls are always like surprised and excited, and we can just start our year fresh going forward with how I want it to be set up for the year. This year just didn't happen. When I get these updated, I probably, when this happens and like when I do, if you're interested, I will probably just kind of mention it and show it in like a day in the life. I'm not going to do a whole big reveal or anything like that. This is it. And so if you want to stay tuned for that, I'll probably be sharing that hopefully sometime in the fall. Thank you so much for watching our homeschool room tour. And I just want to say this, and I feel like I've said this multiple times before, but you definitely don't feel obligated or feel the need to have a homeschool room, any space, as long as it's a space that you're comfortable with and is cozy or inspiring or whatever the case may be. If that is your space to have to, you know, where learning happens, then that is the best space. You don't need a homeschool room. But we really do love this homeschool room, and but it's not the most important thing, and I'm about to sound really cheesy right now, but honestly, it's obviously not the room that makes the learning and the magic happen. That's all within, you know, the family itself. And so you don't need this. It's nice, it's great, but it's not 100% necessary. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and just touring our little space. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you have not subscribed, I would love to have you here. Make sure to check out the playlist down below so that you can, again, see the other ladies' homeschool spaces and get some inspiration and ideas. I can't wait to see what they look like for myself. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great, great day. Bye-bye.